Good afternoon, and I welcome you, students. In the last lecture, we have discussed with you what are tissues, and we have told you very important tissue. What is a tissue which we told you last time? Which
Meristematic tissue.
meristematic tissue? We told you it can divide and is responsible for the growth of the plants. Today we will proceed further. Let us have some exercises to relieve the stress. Sit comfortably and inhale, exhale 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now shoulder rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back. Relieve the stress from the neck. Inhale, left. Exhale, left. Inhale, exhale, right, left, right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, down. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Give a neck rotation to release the stress from the muscles of the neck. 3 clockwise, 3 anti. Half inhale, half exhale. Start. Slow. 1, 2, 3. Reverse. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Close. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale 10 times. Okay, come back. Tap your feet, tap your feet, tap your feet on the ground. Experience the vibrations in the entire leg. Just the circulation of blood should be there in the entire body. Activate, increase the energy levels of the body. Release your hands, release your hands. Shake your hands, shake your hands, shake your hands. Rotate your hands, shake, rotate. So we have created energy in the entire body. The circulation of blood is complete. Now let us do some breathing exercises to relax our mind and relieve the thoughts, negative energies, so that we will be able to focus strongly on the lesson which we are doing. What we are going to do, we are going to inhale from the left nostril, exhale from the right, then inhale from the right, exhale from the left. We can do 5 rounds of that. So alom bilom. Okay, so you can take position. We will start inhaling from the left. Sit relaxed. Your feet should be touching the ground, and start. Inhale from the left as deeply as possible. Exhale from the right. Now inhale from the right. Exhale from the left. Inhale as deeply as possible. Third round. Last round. Inhale from the left, exhale from the right, then inhale from the right, exhale from the left. Come back, relax. Observe your breath. Observe your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Bring all your attention to your breath. Now fold your hands for a prayer to the God. Thanks to the universe, thanks to the God, thanks to the environment for the gift of the life. and we are promising to do our best. We thank you all. Now you can rub your hands and you can see heat is being produced, and like a magnetic field, put them on the face. Keep inhaling, exhaling, gentle massage your face, your neck, and you can open your eyes with smiles. And 1, 2, 3. All right. So now we are back. I hope the energy levels are high. Tell me, are you having good energy?
Yes, sir.
Now you are relaxed. We can do the focus on the topic which we are studying. Pay attention, stay focused. Set up an intention for the day that we will focus, concentrate on the lesson, and we are going to talk about permanent tissues. And in the previous lectures, we have already told you meristematic tissues, how they are growing and dividing. Now we're talking of permanent tissues. Okay, pay attention, pay attention. Okay, students, we are beginning. We already told you last time what is a permanent tissue. What is a permanent tissue? Tissues that are completely grown and have lost their ability of division. What happens in plants? Meristematic tissues keep on dividing, and the tissues will come when they are completely grown now and they have lost their ability of division. These are called permanent tissues. The meristematic tissues divide and differentiate to form permanent tissues. How they will be formed? They will be formed from the prismatic tissue. The process in which prismatic tissues take up permanent shape, size, and function is known as differentiation. This implies cells of prismatic tissues differentiate to form different types of permanent tissues. Because what is a tissue? Last time in the last lecture, I told you what is a tissue. Fast 30 seconds, student. What is a tissue? What is a tissue?
The tissue is a group of cells that group data similar in structure and work together to perform a certain function.
Because different functions have to be performed, therefore you are getting different type of tissues that we told you. And we have done an activity also in the last lecture. Here we said, are all cells similar in structure? What is your answer?
No, sir.
So all the cells are not similar in structure. There are different, what you get, different cells. If they are different cells, they will have different structures. Their structures will be different and their functions will also be different. How many types of cells can be seen? How many types of cells were seen, students? Last time we have told you 8 to 10 types of cells were seen, students. Why there would be so many types of cells, students? What was the reason we gave you? What is the reason there were different type of cells? What is the answer? Different type of cells. Why they need it? Because different type of cells will perform
Different functions.
different function. There is a division of labor. Division of labor. We told you about that. So we have already told you something called division of labor. What they say, there is a different type of activities, different type of functions done by different cells. Let us see, student. We are coming to the permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are divided in two parts. One is a simple permanent tissue. Another is a complex permanent tissue. The question is, what is a simple permanent tissue? Simple permanent tissue means the tissue is simple. That means, what do you mean by simple? That means it is made up of cells which are structurally and functionally similar. So what it means, student? That it will have only one type of the cells which will make it. So you have tissues are made up of cells which are structurally and functionally similar. And that is what we mean by simple permanent tissue. There are three types of simple tissues which we are writing here. What is that? Please read it. Parenchyma
Collenchyma and sclerenchyma.
and sclerenchyma. So these are the three simple type of tissues. Parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. So they will be performing different functions. They will be performing different functions in the plants. You know, plants have mechanical strength, and you also see there is a flexibility in the leaves of the plants. There is some storage of the food, and inside the leaves also you have seen photosynthesis process takes place. What happens in photosynthesis? You know, there is a pigment called chlorophyll which absorbs what chlorophyll does. It absorbs sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, and then what happens? Photosynthesis takes place. That is how the plants prepare their food. You have seen already. So these simple cells, the simple tissue will perform their functions for the survival and growth of the plants. And we like to see what are the different functions of each one of them and where they are present in the plants. How many I told you? 1, 2, 3. These are simple. Simple means they will be made up of structurally and functionally similar cells. All right. Okay. So students, the first one, parenchyma. Important points to note, student. There will be questions on that. What is important? They are living. These are the living cells. They have the power of division, rounded or isodiametry, equally expanded on all sides, or oval or polygonal. Cell wall is thin, small nucleus, large central vacuole, loosely packed cell. These are loosely packed cells. Present where? Stems, leaves, flowers, and fruits. So for example, student, here is a transverse section. You have seen this is a cell wall. Can you see the cell wall?
Yes, sir.
Cell wall. Students, you can see cell wall, students. What happens? There is a nucleus, cytoplasm, which will be studied, and you can see intercellular space. And inside that vacuole, inside there is a vacuole. This is a transverse section. Here is the longitudinal section. Cytoplasm, nucleus, middle, chloroplast, vacuole, intercellular spaces. You can see there is a large intercellular spaces. Primary cell wall, primary cell wall. So here is a picture of students. First one, which we are talking about, parenchyma. Note down students. These are the simple tissues which we are. Parenchyma is the most common simple, ठीक है, permanent tissue and unspecialized cell with thin walls. They are living cells. They are usually loosely arranged. Thus, large spaces between cells are found in this tissue. They are loosely spaced. There is a large space between the cells are found in the tissue. This tissue generally stores the food. In some situation it contains chlorophyll. You know what is the chlorophyll? And performs photosynthesis. Chlorophyll, you are already aware. And it is then called chlorenchyma. In aquatic plants, you have seen aquatic plants in water. What do they happen? These plants are floating on the water. There are large cavities, air cavities, which are present in parenchyma. What is the purpose of air cavities which are present in the parenchyma? Because these plants have to float. They have to float. So they will be able to float on the water. Aquatic plants. You are aware of aquatic plants? So they are called then iron chyma. Okay, note down. Important. The first simplest tissue, permanent tissue, which I have told is which one? Read it.
Parenchyma.
Parenchyma. Okay. Parenchyma. Let us see, students. They will ask you in the exam question. What are the functions of parenchyma? They serve as packing tissue and fill the spaces between the other tissues. There are other tissues which are present. So they serve as a packing tissue and they will fill the spaces between other tissue. They maintain the shape and firmness of the plant. You know, every plant has a shape and firmness. If it is not firm, what will happen? It will fall down. So they will help maintaining the shape and firmness. They store and assimilate food. Store and assimilate food. They are called food storage tissue. So this is a food, which is a food storage tissue.
Parenchyma.
Parenchyma, food storage tissue. Such questions are asked in the exam, student. Food storage tissue. Parenchyma. Question was given in the paper. Parenchyma is the food storage tissue. Transport of material occurs through cell wall. Cell wall. They are metabolically active. Their interspaces allow gaseous exchange. There is a intercellular species. What happens from that? You know, in the plants, gaseous exchange takes place. What happens? Gaseous exchange. You have seen diffusion of gases takes place. Carbon dioxide is absorbed, oxygen is given out. So all these processes are going on. Exchange of gaseous exchange, which happens through the process of diffusion. You have already seen photosynthesis. They store waste product of plants. If a chloroplast is present in them, parenchyma, what happens in the leaves? You have seen green leaves of the plants. So there you have this parenchyma tissue also, and chloroplast is present. If chloroplast is present, then what we call as, what is then chlorenchyma? Important point. Chlorenchyma. The word is made from chloroplast. What is the color of chloroplast?
Green.
It is a green color pigment, green. And that is why we are saying chlorenchyma. So if chloroplast is present in the parenchyma, then we call it chlorenchyma. They will ask you what is chlorenchyma. It is a simple permanent tissue, but it has chloroplast. So what function it will perform? What is the function of this? What is the function of chloroplast? It performs photosynthesis in plants. What is photosynthesis in plants? Tell me, what is photosynthesis in plants?
The process by which plants make their food in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll.
So what happens? What is the reaction that takes place? What happens? Plants will take what? Carbon dioxide,
Yes.
water, sunlight. Then what is produced? What is the product in the photosynthesis? Photosynthesis reaction. What are the products? You already know glucose and oxygen. Glucose is there, oxygen gas is liberated. Oxygen you are inhaling. Where it is coming from, you know, plants are a good source of oxygen. So this is very important. Chlorenchyma. Star. They will ask you what is chlorenchyma. Another one here we have written. What is that called? AEREN. Arenchyma. What is arenchyma? It is made from air plus parenchyma. It is made from chloroplast plus parenchyma. So what will happen? Air plus parenchyma means what? They have large air cavities are present in parenchyma. What these air cavities will give you? They will give buoyancy to the plant. What do you mean by buoyancy? Tell me, what is buoyancy? What is buoyancy, students? What will happen? What I'm talking is aquatic plants. Can you name any aquatic plant?
Hyacinth,
Huh? Which plant floats on water?
lotus,
Lotus. They float on water. In order to float on water, what happens? Lot of air is filled in them. There are air cavities which are present in parenchyma. So in these air cavities is air, because of which their buoyancy becomes high. They float on water. They float on water. So aquatic plants which float on water, that is the meaning of arenchyma. Important question. They are both coming in the parenchyma. Note down. Note down, students. You can sip water, not drink. I am saying I will sip water. What I say? Water is a good healer. Water, 75% of my body is water. I say water heal me and sip it. Okay. You see how good is the water? It provides. When we are thirsty, we are in need of water. When we are studying, when we are teaching, when we are running physical activities, exhausted, we take water. It provides us energy. It heals us. You have noted everything?
yes, sir.
Make a proper notes. Recorded videos will be provided to the students. The notes will be useful till 12th and even higher classes. Keep on using them. Video recordings will be provided. Okay, student, the next one which I told you. Chlorenchyma, student, chlorenchyma. This is again a simple permanent tissue in the plants. Important point, student. The flexibility in plants is due to chlorenchyma. Plants are flexible, yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by flexibility in the plants? What do you mean by flexibility in the plants? You see that a plant is standing, it rains. If it is not flexible, what will happen? It will just fall down. Winds blow. What happens? Strong winds blow. You have seen the leaves move like this. And then plants are still there. So flexibility is important in the plants. And this is provided by chlorenchyma. Bending of various parts of the plant. You know, plants bend. Bending takes place in plants. Various parts of the plants bend. Do they bend?
Yes, sir.
Various parts of plants bend. ठीक है? Like tendrils and stems of
climbers without breaking. It will also then give mechanical support to the plants, mechanical support. So we can find this tissue in leaf stalks below the epidermis. The cells of the tissue are living, elongated, and irregularly thickened at the bottom. There are little intercellular spaces in between them. What we are saying, intercellular spaces are generally absent. Elongated shape, extracellulose deposited at the corners of the cell. They are located below epidermis of diet in stem peticle of leaf stalk, absent in monocot of stem, roots and leaves. Here we have shown these picture, students. What you have, Parenchyma students, you can see wall thickenings, nucleus, vacuole, cell wall, cell wall, cell wall, and again end wall, primary cell wall, chloroplast, nucleus, vacuole, cytoplasm, intercellular spaces, intercellular spaces. The question is, what are the functions of parenchyma? They will ask such a question in the paper. They provide mechanical support and elasticity to the stem, provide tensile strength and flexibility, allow easy bending in various parts of the plant without actually breaking it. तो जो प्लांट्स की शाखाएं होती हैं वो ऊपर नीचे हवा में झूलती रहती हैं पर टूटती नहीं. They don't break. That is means there is a flexibility in the plants. So what do you see? Flexibility in the plant is due to which tissue? Flexibility is due to which tissue?
Parenchyma.
Okay, note down parenchyma. Note down everything, students. Now we are coming to the third one, which is again a simple permanent tissue. Parenchyma, what it does. They are dead cells, do not have a protoplasm. Walls are greatly thickened with the deposition of lignin, chemical substance, which act as a cement and hardens them. Cells are closely packed without intercellular spaces. So this is another type of permanent tissue which makes plant hard and stiff. What it will do? Plant hard and stiff. Plant hard and stiff. You have seen husk of a coconut. Husk of a coconut. It is made up of which tissues?
Sclerenchyma.
Sclerenchyma. The cells of the tissue are dead. They are long and narrow as the walls are thickened due to lignin. Lignin is a compound due to which they are thickened. Often walls are so thick there is no internal space inside the cell. The tissue is present in stems, around vascular bundles, in the veins of the leaves, and in the hard covering of the seeds and nuts. Hard covering, I am saying. Of seeds and nuts. Can you give me any example of this? Where you have seen hard covering of seeds and nuts? You have taken nuts. Is there any hard covering?
Yes, sir.
Which one? अखरोट के ऊपर क्या होता है?
Sir, and walnut.
वॉलनट में क्या है? व्हाट इज देयर? हार्ड सरफेस है, नहीं हार्ड कवरिंग है.
Yes, sir.
Inside that you have inside that you have a hard covering is there. Basically they are protecting that. इसी तरह there are others nuts, there is a hard covering outside. cashew nuts ये सब के ऊपर क्या है? एक hard covering है. तो which material is there in them? What is the name of the ligand which we
Lignin.
lignin? तो ये सब चीजें हैं important. Narrow lumen lignified thick wall here. This is a simple bit pair. They will ask you the functions of sclerenchyma. What are the functions of question? What are the functions of sclerenchyma? Spelling, check the spelling. REN sclerenchyma. ठीक है? Chyma. Sclerenchyma. They have mechanical and protective function. Mostly they are protective functions, right? And the first time we told you. Give strength, flexibility, elasticity to the plant body. To the plant body. Two types, epidermis and cork or phloem. We'll see that what it means. Note down all these students, then we will continue further. Now we are coming to another important point, student. What is epidermis? What is epidermis? The outermost layer of the cells. Every cell has an outermost layer. Is usually made up of single layer of cells. Epidermis. Outermost layer of the cell. It is made up of one cell thick or single layer of the cells. I'm saying single layer of the cells. In some plant living in very dry habitats, epidermis may be thicker since protection against water loss is critical. Protection, they are protecting because in certain cases, in dry habitats, what will happen? If lot of water loss will take place, then the plants will be difficult to survive. So they are going to do that. The epidermis will become thicker against, so they protection against water loss. Protection against water lost in such cases. The entire surface of plant has an outer covering epidermis. The entire surface of the plant has what we are saying outer covering. What is that? Epidermis. They are covered with cuticle. It is waterproof layer of waxy substance. What is the main problem? Water loss. So they will protect from the water loss. It protects all parts of the plants. Mainly up to now, what we are saying, they are protecting the plants. Protection. So it protects all parts of the plant. What it will do? It protects all parts of the plant. Important. And epidermis cells on aerial parts of the plant often secrete a waxy water resistance layer. Okay? Protect against water loss. This is the most important point. They are excreting a waterproof layer of a waxy substance. Okay? What they secrete? What they secrete? Waxy water resistant layer. Water resistant layer on their outer surface. So what it will do, it will protect from water loss on their outer surface. This aids in protection against loss of water, mechanical injury, and invasion by parasitic fungi. What happens, student? Mainly, we said their functions are protection of the plants. So, what type of protection is there? Loss of water. Loss of water, they will protect. Mechanical injury. Mechanical injury. Mechanical injury, you know, physical injury, plants को तोड़ते हैं आप, टूट जाते हैं. Invasion by parasitic fungi. Invasion, there is a invasion parasitic fungi. So this type of protection will be there. So protective role, cells of epidermal tissue form a continuous layer without intercellular spaces. Most epidermal cells are relatively flat. Often their outer and side walls are thicker than inner wall. What will happen? Their outer walls are thicker than inner walls. Why? Because they have a protection. There is a protection here. In desert plant, critically is thick and protect against water loss. Cells of epidermis are elongated, flat, do not contain any intercellular spaces between them. Guard cell, epidermal cell. Here you can see what is important. You have seen this, what we are showing. Guard cells. What the guard does in your colony, there is a guard. What it does, it allows people to certain pass, certain it does not allow. It guards. So here also you have guard cells. Here we have seen these are the guard cells, and this is in the guard cell what you have, stomata. What is the function of this? They will be asking this. There are small pores here and there in apex of the leaf. These pores are called stomata. What are stomata? Small pores. They are enclosed by two kidney-shaped cells. You can see two kidney-shaped cells. These are kidney-shaped cells. Can you see them? These
Yes.
kidney-shaped. They are called guard cells. What is their function? Let us see. Note down this. We proceed further. Note down. Note down. What is the function? We said they protect plant from loss of water, mechanical injury, invasion by parasitic fungi. Epidermis of a leaf contains small pores called stomata. Each stomata is bounded by a pair of two kidney-shaped cells called guard cells. See here, we have shown a bigger picture of the guard cells. Stomata allows exchange of gases during respiration and photosynthesis. What processes are taking place in the plants? You know, photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, you already know what is happening, which is that part of the leaf. Which one was that? Which tissue was involved in photosynthesis? Name the tissue in photosynthesis.
Chlorenchyma.
Chlorenchyma. There is a green pigment and photosynthesis takes place. What they do? There is a carbon dioxide, water, and what you are saying, sunlight and chlorophyll, what you call as chlorophyll. That process is taking place. What happens? C6H12O6 glucose, and you get oxygen gas. That process takes place. You have. So what is the result of this? That process is taking place. There is an exchange of gases, as you can see. And what is happening? Exchange of gas has to take place. And there is another process, respiration. Respiration is the reverse of this. And in the plants also transpiration takes place. What is transpiration in plants? What is transpiration in plants? You have seen the leaves of the plants wet in the morning. What is that? You have watered the plant. There are the leaves of the plant have got some water droplets on them. You can see them in the morning or any time. What is that? The excess of water, plants, when you are giving water to the plant don't need that much water. So what happens to the excess of water? It is lost by the plants through the process of transpiration. All this process is taking place. The water vapor escape from the plants. But how much every process has to take place? There has to be some guard that when photosynthesis takes place, how much carbon dioxide is coming, exchange of gases is there, loss of water is there. For this, you are having guard cells. Guard cells. So they are swollen and rigid. You can say stomata open. When there is a need of exchange, it will open. Otherwise, it will get closed. You can see chloroplast, cell wall, vacuole, nucleus. So whenever they are necessary for exchanging gases with the atmosphere. These, what is the function of this? What is the function of these stomata? What is the function of question? What is the function of guard cells? What is the function of guard cells today? Okay, what is your answer? Like a guard, they will guard. Good kidney shaped cell. They are necessary. You will need them. Okay? For exchanging gases. For exchanging gases with the atmosphere. When it will be required, it will open. When it is not required, it will close its door. It doesn't want more. How much is required? So according then. And transpiration, loss of water in the form of water vapor also takes place through stomata. Transpiration is loss of water. Transpiration is nothing but loss of water vapor. Loss of water vapor. It also takes place through stomata. Okay? So you can see this is the important role they have to play. Stomata allows exchange of gases and photosynthesis during transpiration. Water vapor also escape through this. That is the reason you are having guard cells. Note down. Important question. There is an important question they will ask you in the paper. Important question. Note down. So epidermal cells of roots whose function is water absorption commonly bear a long hair. What is the purpose of this? Cells of epidermis of roots contain long hair-like parts whose function is absorption of water. You have seen the roots of the plants. What they do? They will absorb water. Water also has other substances, other electrolytes also, which are soluble in water. What will they do? They will increase the total absorptive surface area. What they do? They will increase total, what total? Absorptive surface area. Note down. Surface area. So water absorption will be then more. Surface area more means more water can be absorbed. So what is that? Long hair-like parts, roots. The epidermis of roots contain long hair-like parts. Important points. What is the function I have told you? Read it. Read it carefully. What is the function? The surface area increases, then more absorption can take place. And this question can be asked in the paper. Note down everything. Very important. Very important. What is the function of guard cells, stomata? And you have seen how epidermis, they are protecting the plants. Protection of plant is important. Otherwise, the plants will die. If we don't protect the plant, they will die. And self-defense, self mechanism is there by which they are doing it. Okay, student. Now we're coming to the last part of that. What happens in some plants like desert plants? Epidermis has thick waxy coating of cutin. A question was asked. What was the question? I think I'm going here. We have shown you. Okay, I don't have space here. I'm asking one important question which was given in papers to the students in desert plants. You know, you have heard about desert plants. What is the importance of desert plants? Desert, you have less water, dry areas. You know, dry areas. Desert means dry area. The epidermis has thick waxy coating of cutin. Their epidermis, what they have? Thick waxy coating. Thick waxing coating of cutin. What is cutin? It is a chemical substance, chemical compound. What is the main function of this? Question will be there on this. What is the function of cutin? Do you have any idea?
Sir, it will prevent water loss.
It is a waterproof. It has waterproof quality. It has waterproof quality. It has waterproof quality on its outer surface. What is the reason? What do you think is the reason? What is the purpose of this?
Sir, to reduce water loss.
Already you are saying it is a desert plant, means in the desert. Deserts don't have much water. They are dry areas. If too much water loss will take place, what will happen then? It will be difficult for the plants to survive. So there is a natural system which is working, natural mechanism. You know, plants have protection by means of tissues or cells, which we are talking about. So there is a thick waxy coating of cutin. Cutin is a chemical compound. That compound is waterproof. Waterproof. So it will prevent the loss of water. And then what happens? In outer layer of the branch of the tree, different from the outer layer of the young stem. Outer layer of branch of tree is different from outer layer of a young stem. When the plants grow older, the outer protective tissue undergoes certain changes. What is happening? I am saying when the plants grow older, what will be the result of that? Outer protective tissue. They are all protective tissues. Outer protective tissues. What I've been talking is all protective tissues. If plants cannot protect, then they will not exist. Protective tissues, they undergo certain changes because it is old. They will go certain changes. They will go certain changes. A strip of secondary meristem located in cortex form layers of cell, which constitute the cork, Now we're talking about cork, student. Is the outer protected layer of a bark of a tree. Cork cells are dead and compactly packed with no intercellular space. Their cell walls are coated with waxy substance which do not allow water and gases to pass through. This does not allow water and gases to pass through. So here is a picture of that. What I am saying, as plants grow older, the outer protective layer undergoes changes. Strip of secondary meristem located in the cortex forms layer of cells which constitute the cork. Cells of cork are dead, compactly arranged without intercellular spaces. They also have a substance called suberin in their walls that make them impervious to gases and water. Now what will happen? Gases and water cannot exchange, not possible here. Impervious to gases, it becomes impermeable, matlab they cannot pass through it. So impervious to gases and water. So this is again a protective tissue. Here is a picture of that. Student, important. Note down what I am trying to say. What are cork cells? Cork cells are dead, compactly arranged, no intercellular spaces, rectangular, vacuolated. As plants grow older, outer protective undergo certain changes. A strip of secondary meristem called cork replaces epidermal stem. The wall of cork cell contains suberin organic substance. It makes the cell impermeable. Important word. Impermeable. What is the meaning of impermeable? Permeable, impermeable, cannot exchange water and gases. They are filled with tannins or resins. Cork cell prevent loss of water from plant body, infection and mechanical injury. So what type of protection they are giving to the plants? Note down: loss of water from plant body, infections. Plants can, कीड़े लग जाते हैं plants को, आपने देखा होगा, खा जाते हैं, जाला लग जाता है, बहुत कुछ होता है, आपने देखे होंगे प्लांट्स, और मैकेनिकली टूट जाती हैं प्लांट्स वगैरह सब। ये सबसे प्रोटेक्शन मिलता है कॉर्क सेल से। तो क्या बन जाते हैं? कॉर्क के सेल। तो प्रोटेक्ट करेंगे। क्या करेंगे? प्रोटेक्ट करेंगे। नोट डाउन एवरीथिंग स्टूडेंट्स। तो व्हाट आर द की टेकअवेज इन टुडेज लेसन? व्हाट वी टोल्ड यू? परमानेंट simple tissues. How many I told you? How many are there? 3.
Yes, sir.
What are they?
Parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma.
And then we told you how the plants are protecting by epidermis. And what are guard cells? What is stomata? Important questions will be there on that. And what is that cork cells and how they are protecting the plants. Okay, then this ends up the important lecture. We will continue more about it in the next class. So we have completed our target of all this. I hope you will find it, a lot of information have been provided to you, more than available in the books, so that you can completely understand the topic. And then I will meet you in the next class for more discussion on tissues. Okay, then we'll see you in the next lecture.
Thank you, sir.